Page 292, this is number 1 at the top of the page. This page and the next, we get to do some harmonization using 7th chords. Well, this ought to be a blast. Well, let's just take it slow and easy. First thing I always want to do is I want to hear the melody. I just want to know what it sounds like. In 6/8 time, an eighth note gets a count. There's no sharps or flats in it, so C major, A minor, I don't know, let's hear. And whether you use 4 or 3 on the C is up to you. I have a habit, because that's just a broken 7th chord, of using 4, but I need 4 on the D so I can do that. That's fine. Just finger it. However, from measure 2 to 3, I don't want to use thumb on both. I mean, it's a new phrase, I could. I just don't like doing that. I want to finger it legato, so I'm going to reach down 2. That way, on measure 3, I'm ready. Now for measure 5, I got to do that. There's other fingerings, but they just make it worse, so just do it. So I get an idea what the melody sounds like. Now I played it way too fast, I don't care. I just want an idea of the harmony, really, what am I getting into, the rhythm and so forth. Now the chords, let's see if we can figure these out. They don't tell you where to play them, just play them. First one is an F major 7. Well, an F major 7 is F with a major 7. Remember, the major 7 applies to the 7th. You're going to use a major 7th because a lot of 7th chords uses the minor 7th. And if it doesn't have anything on it, it's probably minor 7. But here it's major 7. And they're not saying any inversions. Now, so we're using root position here in all of them. So F major 7 somewhere here. And then the next one is an E minor 7. So I do an E minor with a 7th. We just went down one. And then a D minor 7 is here and here. We're down again. Now we're at D minor 7. Now we go back to E minor 7th. And F major 7. See, the minor's kind of built in because it is a minor chord anyway. A minor 7th would be here or here. I don't know which fits better. Depends on the melody. I don't want to get in the way of the melody. If the melody's using that note, I got to come down here. D minor, G7, G7. And C major 7. The G7, let's talk about that. Why isn't it G major 7? Well, because I'm not using the major 7th, I'm using the minor 7th. The major 7th, the G has an F sharp in it. So if I have to use a G major 7th, I got to play an F sharp. That's not what they want. They want a G7, and that implies the major chord with a minor 7th, with down one. That. And then the C major 7. So you're wondering, why do you have a F major 7 here, but then you get later on it's a G7? What? Well, that's because we're using the minor 7th on the G7, not a major. Confusing? Yeah, well, let's see what it sounds like now. I'm just going to play block chords here somewhere. I want an F major here, E minor, D minor, E minor. I could be doing these down here. The problem is when you get down here, it gets muddy. So I want to be as high as I can get here. If I had to, I'd simply take the right hand up and play it up here. But I'll try and play the melody where it's written. Go on, measure 5, back up. A7, now I got to come down. Otherwise, I'm in the way. I'm going to use root chord because that's what the instructions said to do. It's not my idea, it's theirs. And then D minor is here. Now G7 here. Minor 7. Now you don't have to do block chords. You can do various patterns, and because you've got 4 notes to play with, there's even more patterns available to you. Isn't this wonderful? But again, it's up to you what you do. I could do it. I don't care. You pick something. Play around with it. Have some fun. The more you're playing around with this, the better you're going to become acquainted with these chords. And we're using root position. And a lot of times you won't use root position all the time. You'll be changing the inversions so you're not moving around so much and you have better voice leading going into whatever. Yeah.